What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Who remembers when Cynthia G was a pro-black? Anybody remember that? Pro-black and was beating down the door of white supremacy. That was until white people started reporting her pages en masse, and that scared Cynthia G. So she went from calling out white supremacy and started hating on black men to the T. And this is so interesting because out of all of the black men that she talked about, well, she went and got pregnant by that same sort of guy. It's hilarious, I know. But let me just say this. Furthermore, whenever a black man is accused of doing something, Cynthia G is on it. She'll make video after video after video. It doesn't even have to be, you guessed it, true. Now, what I want to do here is play this clip of her insulting black men on the Brick Lady hoax, Brickgate, and then I'm going to come back.
Now listen, I want to get into this video here. And this story hasn't made the mainstream news yet, but it is all over social media, and that's all we need to see. All we need to know is that yet again, one of the primary victims of black men's rage, a dark-skinned black woman who has the most potent ability to replicate who they are, which is exactly what they hate, was sitting up in the hospital crying because she was the victim of a struggle bandit who really, one abortion could have remedied this situation. But the issue here is not only was this bandit a problem, but the bandits who stood by and watched her be victimized, then protected the bandit who did it, are also a problem. But black women need to continue to see this in order to face reality, because this isn't just an issue of one or two males or a small percentage of males in the community. This is an issue of a very overarching problem within the black culture that allows bandits to harm black women and then still get treated as if they are not, because the community dynamic doesn't acknowledge this. You want to sit here and say this is one or two bandits rather than a whole group, a cultural dynamic that they started. This woman doesn't introduce her name, but she does talk about the situation. And quite frankly, I'm just going to let you look at the video, and then you're going to see some comments, and then I'll come back for further commentary on this. But what the Shade Room is reporting is that this woman was hospitalized after being hit in the face with a brick by a man she refused to give her number to. This incident occurred in Houston, Texas. She says she was surrounded by men who did absolutely nothing. She says after being hit in the face with a brick, clearly this bandits attempt to toe tag her and make her become a hashtag. She says that the man got in the car and left the scene after assaulting her, and she is afraid he will never be caught.
So as you clearly can hear, Cynthia G has a fundamental issue with the whole Brickgate situation and black men who are doing those things, even though it's not true. We all found out that this was a complete lie, right? So, but she did not take the video down. Now, Cynthia G is also one of those people who are urging black women now to go and date within the dominant society because black men don't deserve you. Oh, don't worry. I have clips to prove this. Okay. This is her talking about the Ebony K. Williams fiasco right here.
I want to show y'all something, because a lot of people were asking me to talk about this Ebony K. Williams thing. I actually wanted to wait until she came out and made a response, because at the end of the day, like, we already know right now that this is an agenda. This is an attack on Black women's elevation. And it appears that they're trying to recruit and get whoever they can to put out these narratives that you need to settle for a Black man. And we're supposed to not think that this is something that's geared towards Black men, when it really is. We're supposed to think that this is just your options with any group of men. And that's not the case. They're trying to maintain Black men's ability to be able to have access to you. And it's access that they literally should not have.
So you got those receipts, right? Wait, there's more. What do you mean when you say there's moral, Shay? I would like to draw your attention to this situation of James Patrick. He's the white man who married Janine Chapman. He's a white man that decided he was going to get him a black wife. It didn't even last 2 months. Want to know why it didn't last 2 months? I'll tell you. Play that clip.
When officers arrived to these apartments in the 1400 block of Elm Street in downtown Dallas, they were acting on a wellness check after 46-year-old Janine Chapman didn't show up for work. Officers found her dead inside her unit. Dallas police say the suspect, 48-year-old James Patrick, was arrested in Austin. Investigators haven't released many details, but the family says the man in question is Janine's husband of about 2 months, but they've known each other for years. The family has many questions, but classified the relationship as toxic, and they say their next focus is on the legal system.
We are seeking justice for her, and we are willing to do anything in our power to make sure that happens. And we're going to seek the fullest extent of the law to make sure this guy is behind bars and stays behind bars.
Janine's sisters say that she recently moved to Dallas from California, but grew up in New Jersey and Jamaica. Her sisters say she was a senior vice president of a marketing firm and that their sister will be remembered for her accomplishments, heart, and determination. Sophia Bosalai, NBC5.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
You see, the reason why it didn't last 2 months was because he killed her. As you heard, 6 years of dating, toxicity everywhere. Here's the same white man y'all saying have all the privileges. And guess who is not reporting on this? Cynthia G, the former white supremacist exposer. But whenever black men get accused of anything that's wrong, even if it's not wrong, she'll keep the video up there. But when this white man goes out there and he deletes one of these sisters, oh no, well, I'm going to turn a blind eye to that. And that's what happens a lot over in those divester spaces. They hate black men so much. And let me just say this. I think in the men's market, of course, we could be a little bit biased. I'm not going to say that we're not. But we understand that men make a lot of mistakes. Women, when they get an agenda out against black men, all other things, they will talk about what white men are saying about black men. They'll talk about everything. They'll make videos, even interviewing white men, criticizing black men. You know, now if it's the other way around, if we bring on a white woman talking about black women, it's a problem. But here's what you won't find. Any videos about this white man deleting these black women, which it happens often enough. Ain't got a video for it. Want to know why? Because you can't be exposed for your hatred. And that is exactly why you get those sisters over there, why they're so single. Why don't nobody want to deal with them? Why don't nobody want them? And they don't want you because you're evil in your disposition. Don't no black man want nobody like that, or a white man. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.